Morning. We are going to continue in this whole series that I started yesterday in my sermon on yesterday. Let me kind of get things right here. And I dealt with this whole piece on yesterday being a noise maker. That you need to be a noise maker, and it's the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Let's get right into it because I can hardly wait to share this with you. Psalms 101, Psalms 101, and then Psalms 150. Psalms 101 says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord." Psalms 150 said, "Let everything that have breath," you got it, "praise the Lord." Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Now, let's talk about this morning, being a noisemaker. Pump up your volume. Pump up the volume. I grew up in a Pentecostal holiness denomination, United Holy Church of America, Incorporated, and wonderful denomination. And I've since returned to that denomination to serve. Now, in growing up in that denomination, we were praisers for sure. And the main thing that was the demonstrative outward sign of praising was shouting or dancing in the Lord. Now, you couldn't have church. Church was not a successful worship experience unless somebody danced in the Lord. Now, I could never get my feet together, so I never danced in the Lord. I never danced, never shouted, if you will. And there was great praise in worship. I grew up in that culture, and hear me now, because I need to share this with you before I give you the talk. The fact is that I did not understand why such an outward demonstrative display of praise and thanksgiving and worship. And to some degree, there was some ridicule about it with my generation because we just didn't get it. Nobody took the time to tell us the power of it. Now, you end up doing it because you were in the culture. You just wanted to mimic. You wanted to grow. You wanted to have some outward sign. Am I making sense to anybody? You wanted to have some outward sign of your growth in God. But you really, nobody ever set us down and says there is power in this praise. There is a clear understanding. So this morning, I want to begin this series in terms of the morning manna part, attach it to yesterday's message in terms of turning up the volume and noisemaker to help you understand the power of it and what it means. Now, Dr. Carolyn Shoel, who has her degree both in psychology and theology, makes the point, and she says in her study that they see a connection between our psychology and our praise. In other words, that our mind works better, and it just makes sense to our humanity that we give God praise. That psychologists and physicians and doctors and have studied it and seen how they can see how the brain comes together better in the moment of praise. Now, had I known that when I was growing up, I might have got my feet better together. But the point of the matter is that our forefathers and foreparents, they understood something, though they could not articulate it, that they were getting something powerful out of the moment. Here's the three things that I need you to understand with respect to pump up your volume. Pump up your volume and be a noisemaker. The first thing is this, that pumping up your volume means that you have to deal with the plight of life. The plight of life. My praise helps me with the plight of life. Now here it is. Psalms 137:4 says this. How can we sing a song of the Lord in a foreign land? You're the children of Israel. They're going through some stuff. And they said, you know what? The enemy was telling them, sing y'all song, sing. Kind of like African Americans as slaves. Sing, dance. Make some music, minstrel, do something. Bring some joy into this moment. And I said, you know what? The plight that we're in, we find it difficult to sing, to bring praises in the moment. But nevertheless, we got to find it within ourselves. Because why? When you are a noisemaker and you pump up the volume, the plight of life is then helped because I can sing. Notice that the Negro spirituals, the slave spirituals, came in the plight of life. In the plight of life. Because I can articulate in song my journey and what I'm going through. Here's the second thing that I need to be a noisemaker and pump up the volume is my posture. My posture. My plight, my posture. In Psalms 121 and 1 it says, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from which cometh my help. Second verse is, my help cometh from the Lord. The first verse, we often think that that's where he's looking for, or she's looking for on their journey to Jerusalem to find their help. No, they're looking to the hills that they will travel through. And then the second verse says that my help, the rhetorical, lyrical response is that my help is going to come from the Lord. My posture, though, changes. My posture changes. When you pump up the volume and you give God praise, it then changes your posture. My head goes from down to up. My body language changes. You remember when your grade school teacher told you, sit up so you can have good posture. Well, pumping up the volume gives your whole life meaning of having great posture. I turn upward because I look upward to see the one that can only bring me the help that I need. I pump up the volume. I am a noisemaker. Here's the third thing is this, because it's going to help the plans that I have in life. It's going to help the plans that I have in life. Go back to Psalms 121 and 8, and it says this, the Lord will watch over your going out and your coming in. You're coming and you're going. The plans that I have, then when I pump up the volume, God is going to help me in the plans, my posture, and my plight. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this, a little long, catch it. Pump up the volume of your praise so you have the power to make it. Pump up the volume of your praise so you can have the power to make it. All you got to do today is think about what he's done for you this year. And if you can't pump up the volume with that, somebody need to check your pulse. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. Hey, you know what to do. Share the manna with one other person. Ask them to join you in this devotion that we're in this week, where we're dealing with being thankful because it's Thanksgiving week. God bless you. Have a great day. Share the manna.